to an episode of Rediscovered Movies. I'm your host, Nomfanelo Malloy. So today I'm joined by a special guest. He's no stranger to the podcast. He appeared in the Demolition Man episode, also too with both Charlie's Angels episodes, and so much more. So please welcome back Khalif.
Thank you for having me. Black Rain was a good episode. What a time that was, too.
Oh yeah. It's a classic for sure, for sure. So, the film that we'll be discussing today, I would say it's a fun one. So, we'll be discussing Congo. So, Congo is a 1995 sci fi adventure film that's based on the book of the same name by Michael Crichton. It is directed by Frank Marshall, who directed films such as Arachnophobia and Eight Below. It is written by John Patrick Shanley, who's known for Moonstruck and Doubt. The film stars Laura Linney, Dylan Walsh, and Ernie Hudson. Here is the synopsis. Scientist Karen Ross, played by Laura Linney, is sent by her father-in-law mogul R.B. Travis, played by Joe Don Baker, to the Congo to determine the whereabouts of his son's missing diamond hunting team. Led by expert Kelly, played by Ernie Hudson, Ross and a mismatched search party, including primatologist Dr. Peter Elliott, played by Dylan Walsh, treasure hunter Herkimer Homoko, played by Tim Curry, and the gorilla discover a danger far more sinister than anything they expected to find, even in the heart of the jungle. So the film was released in theaters on June 9th, 1995. It made over $152 million worldwide. It had a production budget of $50 million. It opened at number one domestic with $24.6 million. It beated films including Casper, The Bridges of Madison County, and Die Hard with a Vengeance. In terms of critical reception, it has a 2.6 rating on Letterboxd. It was nominated for 7 Razzie Awards, including Worst Picture. It got 3 Saturn nominations, including Best Sci-Fi Film. And at the time of this recording, it is streaming on Fubo and Super Channel and is available on demand, so check your local provider. All right, so we could get into first discoveries. So, Khalif, you want to start?
So this one, my family loved to just hit up the Blockbuster, like, weekly and everything. And this is
Mm-hmm.
another one we just picked up. It was on in the background as a kid, and I saw monkeys, laughed at the monkeys, but it didn't really sink in the weight of what the monkeys were doing as a child. But as an adult, there's a deep story with those monkeys.
Absolutely. So for me, I had the VHS tape of this movie growing up. I think one of my parents bought it off of a Blockbuster. Gee, Blockbuster, man, fun
Real one.
times. Those ones, yeah, absolutely. And yeah, just rewatching it now, like it still holds up for me. I enjoy the movie. Sure, it could be silly at times, but I would say it's worthwhile. And I find while rewatching this movie, it just made me miss adventure movies because I find we rarely see that these days with
Yeah,
movies.
it's
But
true.
yeah, but yeah, I would say it's enjoyable with this movie. So we could get into the highlights section. So I would say for me, I enjoy that it's quite scary and gory at times for an adventure movie.
I was surprised at like people's faces being ripped off. Like I know that's what gorillas do and that's their MO, but like I didn't
Yeah.
think they would show it, you know?
Yeah, because I think often at times we would hear like their voices in the background, which is quite scary. Like there was the scene at night when they're all like huddled up and there's like the lasers and all that stuff, but we kind of see them briefly, but we do hear them in the background, which is quite intense if you remember that moment.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like the bodies like were quite graphic. I don't remember what was the rating of this movie. I don't think it's rated R, probably PG
Probably
13,
not.
my guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it shows that anything can happen like while you're out there in the wild, essentially. And there was a scene with the hippo when the hippos attacked the boat at night. That was quite intense to watch. So
Yeah, that hippo like animatronic was really well done.
oh yeah, absolutely. Was there a highlight for you that you enjoyed with this movie?
I liked a lot of this movie, I have to admit.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
Tim Cook, his whole character, he was
Yes.
great. Um,
Yeah.
the tourist guy helping them, he was also really cool and suave the entire time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
He's quite the badass in this movie.
Completely, yeah. Like
Yeah.
Laura Linney shooting flares at the missiles that are coming at their plane, and he goes,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, I can do this too. I'm also cool." Out of
Yeah.
nowhere.
Yeah, because I liked how her character doesn't flinch in this movie. Because the other characters, for the most part, are quite scared because they don't know what they're getting into in unfamiliar territory. But with Karen, like she's always up for the challenge, essentially.
Well, I feel like she had a job to do, right? Like
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
one guy was bringing a monkey to go teach other monkeys sign language, whatever. Tim
Mm-hmm.
Cook was there to like find diamonds. She had a job to do. Her
Yes.
boss said, "You go down there and you get me those diamonds."
Yes. Which I find is quite ridiculous, but
Yeah. My boss has never asked me to do anything that crazy, thank God.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, too, like Amy. Amy is quite adorable for a gorilla.
That gorilla made me so upset. I hated Amy. I hated
Oh,
Amy and
really?
Dr. Elliot, both
Oh
those two.
no!
That
Oh
couple, get him out of
no!
here.
I didn't mind him at all because it's cute that she has like this stuffed animal as a toy
That was
essentially,
cute, yeah.
and she wears this device on her arm that projects her voice. I found that was cute, and it's interesting that she knows the sign language through Peter. Essentially, sure, it might be strange like for everyone else because at one point someone in the crowd during their presentation said, oh, it's oh, she's a talking gorilla and this is strange and all that stuff. So
I think the part where she was smoking, she redeemed herself for me. I'm like, oh, I didn't know you're cool like that, Amy. Fair play, fair play.
oh, wasn't the martini when she drinks the martini
That
in the
was
plane?
also really good.
Yeah.
Where Dr. Elliot's like, it's fine, she can have one martini, it's okay. It's not okay, but yeah, for sure. She can have one.
Yeah.
And she knew what it was, which means that she's had them before, which is
Yes.
concerning.
Yes, yes.
That's why nobody gives grants to his kind of project. Just getting the monkeys drunk.
Because it's funny that she referred to it as a drink drop as opposed to a martini.
She has her own lingo for it.
Yeah.
Not her first time.
Yeah, and she's quite hilarious for a gorilla because she calls Karen an ugly woman.
Like, right off the bat, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Knows nothing about her.
Yeah, because I wonder if she did that because she was jealous. Because maybe Karen would have took Peter away from her.
Yep.
Maybe.
I can sense the jealousy in the monkey for sure.
Yeah, yeah. But she does have like I would say heroic moment when she saves Peter when he's about to get annihilated by the white gorillas towards the end.
Yeah, when she comes in and she's like, I'm the big monkey. And the other monkey is like, okay, I'm sorry, monkey. I don't know how monkey dynamics work, but
Yeah.
that's what happened.
And it's interesting that she had like nightmares and apparently like her paintings indicate that she wants to go to the jungle to be free and all that stuff even though we don't really get that sense when she's with Peter, but I found
Yeah.
that was interesting.
I'm not a primatologist, but I didn't know that monkeys can have nightmares. It just,
Yeah.
I guess. I mean, I guess my dog has nightmares, so she has bad dreams. Maybe.
Yeah.
She kind of did have that moment where she was like hanging out with the other gorillas for like a minute.
With the mountain gorillas, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she manages to have a home with them towards the end. So
It's good for her.
yeah, it was a bit bittersweet that she had to leave Peter, but I guess at the end it was all for the best.
Do you think that she's going to go on to teach the other gorillas like sign language? And is that how Planet of the Apes started, do you think? It's a prequel movie?
Perhaps, because probably she'll teach them sign language while they'll teach her how to survive in the wild. So
What did Peter do? He did not know the genie that he was unleashing.
yeah, and I was gonna say, speaking of Peter, it's nice that I guess as a primatologist he cares about Amy and animals in general. So
Yeah, like a little Doctor Doolittle.
yeah, yeah. And it was hilarious. I think one of the people joked that, oh, that he and Amy are husband and wife.
Yeah, it seemed like it. They were bickering on the plane and then off the plane, and then just
Yeah.
like he cared about her so much, and he was gonna, you know, put her above the other humans, and then the guy had to be like, "Listen, just so we're clear, humans before monkeys, right?" And
Yeah.
he's like, "Yeah, I guess."
Even though they do find Amy at the end, but yeah.
Crazy. He's gonna throw it all away for a monkey.
yeah.
I don't know. I think that Doctor Doolittle there, his only highlight for me was when he was answering Laura Linney's question, where she's like, "Why are you teaching a monkey how to do sign language?" And he's like, "Why does anybody do anything? Just for fun." And it's like, that's not a straight answer, man. Why are you doing this? What's wrong with you? What led you to this? What did you study in school? I was not a fan of his character, but that was the one highlight. His cheeky little answer.
yeah. Yeah. That's funny. And what do you think about his assistant Richard?
Um, I'm sad that he died, but
Yeah.
he was a cool guy. I mean, he made some good jokes in the movie, you know.
Yeah. But he's often quite the scaredy cat in this
No,
movie.
I mean, I get that. Huge wuss. I thought his bit there where he was talking to the Claude guy and he was like,
Yeah.
"You don't hear a lot of people from that place named Claude." And the guy's like, "Are you from where I'm from?" And he's like, "No." And he goes,
Mhm.
"How would you know then?"
Mhm.
He meant you don't hear a lot of black people named Claude. And it's like,
Mhm.
how many people do you know, Richard?
Yeah. Yeah. Not many.
No.
Not many. But it's clear that with Richard, he'd rather be at home than going out on this adventure. So,
Yeah. He takes
mhm.
his monkey stuff at home, not in the
Ab-
fields.
absolutely. Also, as I had as a highlight, Herkimer Homoka.
His character the entire time was so great. So
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, even though he's quite sleazy and sketchy at times because of his motives, but
He had a great accent the entire time, too.
yeah, yeah.
Perfect Romanian.
yeah, and it's interesting that he has beef with Kelly because of a past expedition that ended badly.
He just has beef with everybody. And, like, I respect a
Yeah.
person who has beef with everybody.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta be a go getter to have beef with, like,
Yeah.
war generals, you know?
Yeah, and I think it all stems because he's so obsessed with finding the city of Zinj and wanted to have the diamonds. So
I think that, yeah, it is funny how that was, like, his primary thing. And it was very sad that he died, too. I was, like,
well,
shocked.
honestly, that was expected because once they found the monkeys there and he was holding the diamonds, I'm like, it was game over for him.
And, like, the monkey just went bang. End
yeah,
of Tim Cook. Wow, or
yeah,
Curry.
Tim Curry. Yeah,
Not the Apple guy. I'm sorry. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That was wild.
Also, too, as a highlight, I enjoyed Ernie Hudson playing Monroe Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
I found he was great.
I heard that, like, that was his favorite role, like, he's ever done, which is really cool.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
could see why.
yeah.
He looked like he had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because it seemed like here he had more to do compared to the first Ghostbusters movie. So,
Okay. I haven't seen that one, but
hmm I mean, check it out if you haven't. But
give it a shot.
yeah.
I like the little ragtag group of people that they had, too. It was a good
hmm
cast, you know?
hmm
Everybody had their own weird motives, but it all just worked out together.
And I think at one point Joe Pantoliano did a cameo as Eddie Ventro, the guy they met at the airport.
Oh, okay. He was funny too. I wanted
Yeah,
him to be in more of the movie.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, it was just limited to those moments. But yeah, he was great in the movie.
I think Laura Linney was also phenomenal in the movie.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because her character is quite the badass in this movie.
That one shot of them on the plane where like
Yeah,
it's just her eyes lit up and everything, I'm like,
yeah,
that's magic. That's
yeah.
heat.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Because I would say, yeah, that plane sequence was one of my favorites. I would say.
There was one part during the plane sequence where everybody was jumping off the plane and everybody was getting parachutes.
Yeah.
And I was watching the movie and I was saying, what's going on here? Is everybody just going to leave them behind? And then Laura Linney screamed, figure it out. And that's when he also figured it out and jumped out of the plane. And I'm like, oh, she clocked my T.
Yeah.
100%.
I would say, like, for that, there was a certain shot where it looked like there was blue screen, I think, when Homoka was jumping off the plane. Because I think, like, when they show him in the sky, like, it was quite dark blue. While I think for everyone else, it was, like, a clear sky blue. So it looked like there was some either green screen or blue screen happening. But
Tim was too afraid to jump, so they had to fake it. That's why. And I get it.
yeah.
If I was doing a movie, I'm not Tom Cruise. I'm also going for the blue screen.
Yeah, or maybe it could be a stunt double, but who knows? So.
Oh, yeah, possible.
Hmm. And I found it was interesting that the political climate in this movie was quite chaotic. Where apparently, when there was the bomb threat at the airport, apparently that was an assassination attempt on the president.
Hmm. I wonder if there's like, I mean, I imagine that a lot of regions in Africa are not very stable because of, you know, political history and everything. So I wonder if that was like inspired by real events.
Perhaps, or unless if I don't know if that was mentioned in the book, but
There,
who
yeah.
knows? Who knows? And I enjoyed the scene when they visit one of the captains. I forgot what the character's name was, but he told Tim Curry to stop eating his sesame cake.
He made him spit it out and then wait outside.
Yeah.
Kept on calling him a piece of shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
that guy stood on business.
Oh yeah.
That was a very good scene. I also liked, and it was a small thing, but
Yeah.
when Laura Linney's character met the CEO of the telecom communication thing,
Yeah.
he sees her and he's holding a golf club as if he just finished golfing, not doing any work. He was golfing, and then he's like meeting her to send her on this expedition.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, maybe that's what he tends to do while he's the CEO
That's what they
of the
all
company.
do, Nomfi.
Yeah.
They all do that. They're always golfing. They're never working. She was working.
Yeah. That's hilarious. And also, too, I enjoyed the soundtrack for this movie. I enjoyed the score
Yeah.
a lot.
I liked it too. Some good African songs and stuff. Good
Yeah,
African
yeah,
sounds.
yeah. Especially the main theme of the score. I really enjoyed that they played during both the opening and the closing credits. So.
Hmm. Beautiful shots too. Like
Mhm.
the person working behind the camera, they were on it that day or for that movie.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's essentially what I had for highlights. If there's anything else you want to share.
I need to mention, this movie had a good laser gun. Really good laser gun in this movie. The laser gun worked out so well. It shot up the shit out of those monkeys.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I hope that's what like Bell and Rogers aren't working on the side, but I can see it.
Who knows? Who knows at this point anything can happen, so
That's why my phone bill costs so much. Because they're working on a laser gun.
yeah. Alrighty. So we could get into the lowlights section. I don't have too much to add here, but I just wondered though, with the white gorillas, why do they live inside that active volcano?
They're tough. They're tough like that. It's cool as hell. What kind of question is that? I'm feeling they're badass gorillas.
Yeah, because I thought it was hilarious that when the volcano was erupting, it looked like some of them were just jumping into the lava as opposed to being forced into the lava. But
They're monkeys, they're not all there, I guess. Maybe in the book it's a little bit different, but yeah, monkeys made some odd choices. That's why they say don't work with monkeys and babies in show business. They do
right,
anything.
right,
Unpredictable.
right. Um, I thought like there was that moment when this was after when Richard died, when the gorilla attacked the group. The camera work was a bit shaky there. I didn't quite enjoy that because it was hard to tell what was going on.
Yeah, like I get the thought behind it that like it
Mm-hmm.
wanted to be unpredictable and surprising and everything, but I can't
Mm-hmm.
imagine being in 1995 and being scared of that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
were people in the
Mm-hmm.
theaters like, "Oh, that's so scary."
Maybe. Who knows?
I'd just be confused.
Yeah, because I wonder if they did that to hide certain effects because we know
Mm,
that it's people wearing the costumes as opposed to real monkeys, but
unfortunately, yeah, that could be it. That makes sense.
yeah. And I also questioned at one point, when did the pilots leave the plane during that
Yeah,
whole sequence?
they must have bailed real early. They were the first to go.
Yeah. But they never showed up, but I guess what, it doesn't matter.
They figured it out real quick.
Mhm. And also too, like with Travis, he only cares about diamonds.
Yeah, I mean, him and me both. I get that.
Yeah.
I don't care about Charlie. Eh, eh.
Because it was funny that he was very excited when we first see him on screen, like in the golf cart.
The biggest smile he had.
Yeah. And then, like, at one point when he and Karen are arguing, he tells her, I'd be human later.
Yeah, you
It's
have time for
funny.
that after the diamonds, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. But often, too, like, he's quite paranoid because apparently he would often change the security codes for the building.
Yeah, that Rudy bit was a very good joke.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm glad he does not end up with the diamonds at the end. So,
Oh yeah, me too. He didn't
yeah.
deserve them.
Yeah, because Karen pointed out that if the trip was just for diamonds, she was going to make him sorry, and she certainly did.
She shot the moon. Yeah,
Yeah.
she showed him for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And also too, I don't know if this is like quite the low light, but I guess what the white gorillas are meant to be violent for violence sake.
Well, I mean, all gorillas I wouldn't trust. I don't
Yeah.
trust no gorilla.
Yeah, but it seems like for them specifically, they just want to attack people even though they're not provoked themselves.
Yeah, and it makes you think on like why Amy was so chill. I don't know. Maybe the white gorillas are different, but
Yeah.
I'm not getting near any monkey. They're terrifying. They're huge.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're a bad animal, Nomfi.
Yeah. 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 And as a final note for me, when they find that Travicom worker Bob Driscoll, it was just too bad that he died after seeing Amy, even though Amy's clearly not a threat.
He like woke up and then screamed his life away.
Yeah.
Like that has to be in his career highlights as an actor because what a scream. What
Oh
a death
yeah.
scene.
Oh yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know you had some notes for this section, but because you mentioned Peter, you didn't like Peter.
No. I mean, aside from his big blue eyes, like there was not much redeeming about the guy. I
Hmm.
also didn't understand why he wanted to show monkey sign language. Like, what does he get out of it? He wouldn't answer, so I just found that weird. And I really didn't like his dynamic with Amy. I didn't like the monkey either. No,
Wow.
there was a point in the movie where I forgot the monkey's name was Amy, and I got her mixed up with Karen. So
Oh
when
no.
is going back into the forest, and he's like, Amy, Amy. I thought he was talking to Laura Linney, and then it's like, oh, it's the goddamn monkey again. I forgot. I'm like, oh, right, yeah, that's the monkey. He's here to see her.
But I think for the sign language thing, maybe like he did that because he wants to be known for a certain thing. Because I bet like for scientists, they want to be known for doing a discovery of some kind. So maybe
Yeah.
that could be the reason.
I'm sure he's going to get on a cereal box or something, man. Like, I hope it works out for you, bud. I can see why you don't get grants for what you do.
Yeah. But maybe also too, like he wanted to use that to communicate with gorillas as opposed to just trying to guess what they're trying to say based off what their grunts essentially.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I think that so there's like actual monkeys that in real life know how to use sign language and everything, and I'm pretty sure I heard that most of the time what they say is just "I want food." And they want snuggles and stuff. Like they just want food. They're just animals. They don't have any passions or dreams. They're not making finger paintings for real. They just want to eat all the time and sleep because they're monkeys. Like to what end? I can guarantee if I taught my dog how to speak, she would just be asking, "What did I hear outside? Can I have some food? Who's at the door?" That's it. That's the 3 things she would be saying.
Yeah. Ay, ay, ay. But, yeah. Yeah.
I really hated Dr. Elliot.
Wow. I didn't mind him, so I guess we disagree on that, but hey, it happens.
He's a looker, but like not much going on up here.
Yeah. So anything else you wanted to add here?
One last thing about how I hate Dr. Elliot. He was just so naive and childlike, and it's just like, come on, man. You're a professor. No, I'm done. That was it. I honestly didn't have too much to not like about the movie. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely. So we could get into the trivia section. So there was a lot of facts for this movie. I'll just share a select few. So apparently Bruce Campbell, because you remember he appeared in the opening sequence. So apparently he auditioned to play Peter, but was given Charles instead.
Okay. That seems pretty good. I mean, maybe it's a toss-up on who I'd like more, but...
Yeah. Because he was not bad in the role as Charles.
Oh, he's a good Charles.
Yeah. It's too bad what happens to his character, but...
Yeah, I kind of would have preferred him as Charles, because I paused the movie and I'm like, wow, that guy's a looker. He seems like a guy who's got it all together. Yeah. So for like the gorilla costumes, so Stan Winston, he created the costumes essentially for the gorillas, and I guess this was one of his big projects that he worked on. And apparently, like with this movie, had so much in common with Jurassic Park. So this movie was based on the novel by Michael Crichton, just how Jurassic Park, I believe it's based off a book also by Michael Crichton. Kathleen Kennedy, who's one of the Jurassic Park producers, was a producer on this movie. Frank Marshall, who's Kathleen Kennedy's husband, and also to associate of Steven Spielberg's, he directed this movie. But apparently, what was more compelling lore was that Congo would offer Stan Winston the long-sought opportunity to create gorillas. So through his work on Greystoke, The Legend of Tarzan, Lord of the Apes, and Gorillas in the Mist, Rick Baker had built a reputation for creating stunning, realistic apes. If Stan Winston was a robot man, Rick Baker was the ape man. Stan Winston's naturally competitive nature drove him to challenge Rick Baker's turf. He said, quote, Congo was kind of a proving ground for me, or at least that's what I had wanted it to be. I wanted to show the world that we could do gorillas too and do them well. I think he did do some pretty good gorillas. I saw
Yeah.
Gorillas in the Mist, and they had some good gorillas in that one too.
Mm-hmm. Because yeah, like the gorillas in this movie, in terms of the looks, I would say they're believable.
I think that like Amy's face was a little bit off sometimes,
Mm-hmm.
but the other gorillas were pretty chill.
I mean, they were quite intimidating for me, but
Fair,
yeah,
fair.
I would say yeah.
I mean, as they should be. They're terrifying animals, Nomfi. Like they're super big. They have a lot of strength.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, as another fun fact, apparently in the book, the white gorillas were a crossbreed of gorillas, chimpanzees, and human DNA to explain their aggressive nature. While in the movie carries on with their characteristics, the DNA aspect was never mentioned.
I think for good reason, because like I feel like you'd have to explain gorillas and chimpanzee for sure. How did the
Hmm.
human get in there? What? How
Yeah,
did the human get in there?
yeah,
We need to
yeah,
explain that part.
yeah.
So
Because
it's a
I
good
think,
thing they just overlooked it.
yeah, because in the movie they just showed what the hieroglyphics of how they were raised essentially to be violent, if I'm not mistaken. But
Yeah.
mhm.
I mean, I would pause, and that would like confuse me.
Yeah, absolutely. So this movie had a video game called Congo the Movie The Lost City of Zinj. So that was released for Sega Saturn in 1996. And there was a different game for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System and Sega Genesis. Apparently was in development, but was canceled. Another adventure game was released for PC and Macintosh called Congo the Movie Descent into Zinj.
That's crazy that like three different games is
Yeah.
one movie.
Yeah, yeah. Well, technically two because the other one was canceled, but yeah,
Mm. I hope Laura Linney got a kickback from that.
probably. And I think I did remember playing the PC game of this movie. I don't
Really?
remember. Yeah, because I think I remember having the CD-ROM for it. I don't remember how it worked with the game because it was that long ago, but I remember
Fair.
playing it. So
Okay.
yeah.
Cool lasers
And
in it?
probably, I imagine. I imagine.
That's at the end game. Yeah.
Yeah. And as a final fun fact, apparently a Williams pinball machine called Congo was produced in 1995 that was based on the film.
Okay. I can get behind that. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Mhm.
Pinball and movie tie-ins are hand in hand.
Mhm. Mhm. Absolutely. So, lastly, the important question, should this movie be rediscovered? So, what do you think, Khalif?
I think it should. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you know what? Maybe not. I think you can leave it. If it's on an airplane and you've seen every other movie on the airplane, then sure. Or if you really like Laura Linney. But like, I really hate Amy, so
My goodness. For me, I would say absolutely yes. I would say it's a fun adventure movie that is quite scary and gory at times. And yeah, for a '90s movie, it's not bad. I would say. I don't know, like in terms of how faithful the movie is to the book, but I would say on its own, I would say it's worthwhile. Even though, yeah, there's some hilariosity at times with this movie, but yeah, it's fun.
you brought me back around. The monkey smoking and the monkey burping, that was good. Yeah. I was surprised.
Yeah, absolutely. So that pretty much concludes this episode of the podcast. So you want to share where people can find you, Khalif?
You can find me on some other great episodes on this podcast, the Rediscovered Movie Show, and check out the episode of Confessions of a Shopaholic. That one's a really good one too. I love
Oh,
that movie.
thank you, thank you. So you can find me on Instagram, X, Blue Sky, YouTube, and Linktree at Numphy Malloy. You can also find the podcast on Instagram, X, Blue Sky, YouTube, and Linktree at RD Movies Pod. You can visit buymeacoffee.com/RD Movies Pod to support the podcast via donation and look at exclusive posts there. You could join the Rediscovered Movies Hub, which is our community group on the official Wix website, which is rdmoviespod.wixsite.com/official, where you can interact with others, share thoughts on the podcast, and more. On Spotify, you can answer the feature poll, leave a comment, and rate the podcast. On Apple Podcasts, Good Pods, and Podchaser, you can leave a review and rate the podcast. And submit questions, comments, and suggestions by email, which is rediscoveredmovies@gmail.com. Or you can fill out the contact form in our link tree to be featured on a Q&A episode, which will air after the end of the season. So before we wrap up, Khalif, do you have any final notes you want to share?
Yeah, I thought it was a cool time how the monkey's arm got lasered off.
Mm-hmm.
So watch it for that, if anything. Spoilers.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to thank you, Khalif, for being a guest once again for the podcast. And I want to thank you for tuning in. And I hope to catch you on the next one.